Welcome to my daily review. Today is Wednesday, July 23. Just gonna have a quick video tonight. I'm pressed for time. You're looking at daily chart of the Nasdaq, which was up 127 points or 0.61%, closed at 21,020. The volume was pretty high today, up 17% above the average volume. Not that that helps anything. The Nasdaq is 6.1% above its 50, and you can see it's still trending, although I think it's time to be a little more cautious. Even though the index is looking good, some of these leading growth stocks are not doing as well. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, I wanted to get to earnings because I think earnings are super important. And we heard this morning from GE Vernova, which had a blowout quarter, outstanding report up nearly 15%, $80, closed at $629. You could see this is a nice sharp breakout after a pullback to the 21 yesterday. Totally the opposite reaction to Netflix's earnings. So the leader in the alternative energy group showed proven to be a leader once again with their earnings report this morning. And what I look for when you see an earnings report like that is some pin action and some of the other names. Vistra was up nearly 6%, closed around 200. Yeah, I needed to close a little higher than that. So that would be a no-go for me watching that one. CEG, this one once again, came up and then closed. Look at all the sellers here, ramped at the open and just sell all day long. That's the old okey doke, right? So yeah, it closed up on the day, nearly 2%, which is okay. But it's just a lot of selling out there. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me a little cautious. Talon Energy, this one it broke on news last week, pulled back to its five, a nice pop today, 8% on that GE report. So GE Vernova report. So a nice day here, capped up. Sure, there was some profit taking and some selling, was still closed up, 8%. So that one looks good as well. And you really have to pay attention to earnings dates at this time because yeah, you can get caught up or down. So GEV was definitely the star of the show and boosted that group. APH reported this morning, and yeah, not a just this is the type of stuff you're getting really wonky moves. You gapped up, then sold off, then you had some buyers, but still down 1% on the session. Freeport, McMoran, they reported down 2% on their report. Fiserv, I was looking at this. This thing's down 14% on a pretty decent report. So that's just earnings season, right? It's a risk event. So yeah, LII, this is another one of these data center plays. HVAC, the construction, that group was up nicely today as well. LII up 6.5%. So the AI stocks had a little rotation in there after that GEV report. And so they did well. Whenever you see this kind of news, though, you got to look around for like Oklo. And this is starting to look like a little, what you call maybe an ascending base here. This needs to get higher than 73.65. But see, it goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. It needs to take out that 73.55. And I think it's going to do it. I think it can do it. Closed today 6.8% above the 10, so I wouldn't be buying it there, but just watching Oklo. Then SMR, another one in that alternative energy group, nice pop off the 10, and then NNE, another one, kind of a laggard, trading tight within the base near its moving average. That one looks pretty decent actually, but a laggard compared to some of those others. All right, I mentioned caution, and I don't want to be negative here, but I'm just gonna point out that sometimes when you have a good earnings report, it's priced in, it's expected, and then you have this risk event like an earnings report, and the data comes out, and the data is great, but it sells off. And the point is that, it's already priced in. That's what this was all about, right? They're expected good earnings. I've been talking about this a while. I think these big cap tech stocks are going to crush earnings, but it might already be priced in with this big move. So then you get some profit takers now taking it out here down below its 50, down again today with the well, with the market rallied and the AI stocks rallied, but Netflix certainly didn't. Spotify, another one of these former leaders now below its 50. It has not reported yet. we'll get their report next week. But just, some stuff that is caution. CrowdStrike's a beloved stock. Wall Street loves it, but talked about this, how it comes down to the 50, first time since the breakout, and you need to see a bounce and had this fake bounce on, what was that, Monday, then pulled back. And if it's going to squat here, like I say, you got to go one way or the other. And if it's going to squat, it can't go up, it's got to go down. So, CrowdStrike down 2% today, and this is the kind of stuff that makes me cautious. I know it's rotation, but these are growth stock leaders, beloved darlings, and these ones are just there's no buyers here. I mean, there's more sellers than buyers, and so there's selling pressure here. Zscaler was down. Palo Alto Networks, another one that's having trouble right there at the 200 level, and then Rubrik. The same thing with Rubrik. It just needs time. It's below the 50. Yeah, it was up 1% today, but it's marking time. So it just needs a little more time, folks. So anyway, that's the negative stuff. I got to get to some of the positive stuff. I'd mentioned that the AI stocks were showing strength. This is JBL, pull back to its 21, found support and bounce. And that's what you want to see in a bounce. It needs to take out that, what was the high today? Uh, Oh, wow. Closed right at the high. Look at that. 100% of the daily range. So we'll look for that one to bounce even further tomorrow. That looks pretty good. CLS with a nice move today as well. Celestica, they're reporting on the 28th, which is next week. Yeah, so these ones, couple in the computer data storage name. This is Western Digital. Just one surfing its 10, so that one looks good. STX, just yeah, rotation. This is this looks good for a buy point here at 152.16. It's a little extended from its 10, though. It's 3.1% above, but yeah, it's a nice little, like a little consolidation pattern for Seagate. That one looks good. And then I mentioned some of the AI, construction names. This is Quanta Services making a new high today, 406. They're going to report next week, so it's pretty tough to buy stuff ahead of earnings when you see, Netflix falling apart and some of these other names that are just not doing well on strong reports. What else we have? Oh, yeah. I mentioned STX. I've got to switch curveball here. I'm going to we've seen some good action in the retail names, and you think that the retails are, beaten up and downtrodden, but this is Tapestry, the Coach Kate Spade brand. Now it's up to 109, man. It went through 100 like poop through a goose. A really nice move there. What else we have? Speaking of goose, yeah, this one made an all-time high today. Very nice, not an all-time high, a 52-week high. Yeah, this has been way higher, but it looks like it's emerging out of a stage one base. And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, these retail restaurant group got some love today. This is Shack bouncing off its 21. Cracker Barrel. Getting some love today, making a new high. That one, yep, 5%. And I don't understand what's going on here with these with the retail restaurant group. Kava, this one's beaten up. Maybe it's forming, a bottom here in a stage one, and then Bros has got all the growth numbers and everything, but there's got no buyers, so they have to report on the 6th, and maybe that'll be a catalyst for this stock. I mean, if you look at it on the weekly, it looks kind of like a cup with an elongated handle, and on the monthly, it's just, a couple down months here. Still looks to me like it's going to move higher eventually within time, right? Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching at mcstockcharts.com. We never give up accept and honor the great Steve Jobs. I have one more thing. We had some news after the bell today. Tesla reported pretty negative response to Tesla, moving 4% lower or more. Google initially went lower and then reversed higher after hours, now 193. I don't know what that's all about, but I did see the print and it looked pretty darn good to me. So I kind of questioned it being down originally, and now it's up. So we'll see how it trades in the next couple of days here. But a really strong report from Google, and then ServiceNow, another AI stock up 68 bucks or 7% after hours. I didn't read their report at all. I've been super busy. IBM was down on a good report. So there was something in the software that they didn't like, but it was a good report. And this will probably pull back to the 50 or whatever and bounce. It was a good report from IBM. Wall Street's just nitpicking. That's what I say. This thing had a big run, 214 to 296, and the stock comes in with expected earnings, they just sell it, right? So that's why you have to be cautious at this time of year with your earnings. You have to know your earnings dates. And a stock like GEV, yeah, great. You should have mortgaged the house and put everything in GEV. Well, it could have gone the other way too. So you just don't know. It's a coin flip, these earnings reports. Chipotle, this has been a dog since they had that, what, 50 for one stock split. There's just too many shares in the float here. You can see this is just a bloated pig right here. Look at this, 1.3, for a restaurant stock, this thing is just, yeah, it's it's not going to go anywhere for a long, long, long time. It's got too much supply to absorb. So I don't even know what they said, but yeah. Nah. QuantumScape, this one had a massive run, needs to pull back. It's down nearly 5% after hours. And then United Rentals reported after hours. I'll have more on this in the morning very quickly. I got to get out of town here, so my report will be brief. I might even send it out tonight. Anyway, at mcstockcharts.com. Thank you for watching. We never give up.